There we go. Okay, so good morning. Saturday, May 9th. Oh, I don't know what day it is. May 9th, 2 o'clock on the East Coast, 8 a.m. in Hawaii. Welcome to the team training call. My name is Dave DeBaradinas. I'm excited about sharing a couple things we've got for you today. This is fairly generic. And by the way, Safe Haven, our Facebook group, that's a public group. So feel free to invite people if they just kind of want to check it out, see what we're doing, and see what we're teaching and training. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So today we're going to talk about two things. The first one is the 3 deep pattern. And I'm going to show you how that really ties in. It's really about duplication in this industry. And this pattern is going to show you. Then maybe one of my most favorite topics on the planet, that's your ideal distributor. How to create, how to attract, how to become that which attracts the ideal to you. Ooh, I just gave you a hint. So if you have not already done your homework assignment, which was grab a pen and paper and jot down 2 things. Number 1, why did you join Navon? What were you looking for? You don't have to share this with anybody. It could just be that real reason, the underneath reason, to be successful, to create a certain amount of income, to help a certain number of people. What is that? That's important to know. And the other thing, and I want you to be thinking about as we do this first section, and that is, what are the qualities your ideal distributor has? What are those qualities? Because I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to show you a few little tweaks to help you actually connect with that person or those people even faster. Okay. But the first step is to know where you're heading first, because, well, you got to have a vision. And I don't mean a vision like the ruler of a nation or the president of a country or Nelson Mandela. It doesn't have to be that big. It could be as simple as, I'm going to put an extra $500 a month on the table, or I'm going to put an extra $10,000 a month on. Whatever that is, or I'm going to help so many people, and I'm going to work X amount of hours to get there because that's important to you, because there's a reason. What's underneath that? Peel that onion back. Almost said lemon. Peel that onion back and start discovering what it is, why you're here. Okay. You know, it's one of the quotes in Proverbs that says, without vision, people perish. Right? Without vision, people perish. So the opposite is true too. With vision, people flourish. And so when you hear without vision, people perish, who are those people? Well, the first one is you, if you don't have a vision. The next one is your immediate family. The third one is your extended friends, and it goes out and out and out. So vision is where it starts. You having a vision as simple as, I will be manager this month, or I will hit a certain rank or get a certain income. Anything that you see and repeat to yourself becomes your vision, and people respond to that. They don't respond to the words out of your mouth, they respond to the music out of your heart. Okay, that's a whole other conversation, but it kind of ties in here. But so be thinking about that as we're doing the first part, which is the 3 deep pattern. 3 deep pattern in this industry simply means you've got to go 3 deep in your duplication process. Okay. Now, many of you know the way our compensation plan in Navon is, right? This is you. And in your front line, we only have 3 spots, right? Just 3 spots. So it's really important when you enroll somebody that you help train this person, train this person, train this person in a very simple system, which I taught on Monday night, right? This system goes in multiples of 3. You know, your first goal is to get this person to a manager, a manager, a manager, right? Well, manager is 500 points. Excuse me. Your first goal is to get them started. That makes you a manager, right? Because that's 500 points, even if they start with a small pack. Then your goal is to get these guys to manager. How do we do that? Well, we've got to have them, help them, assist them, enroll their 3. Then what happens? Let's change some colors here. How about that? Just because they're going to become, at this point, they'll be a manager, right? They've got their 3 and 500 points. Here's a manager. Here's a manager. And what did you just become? Well, 500, 500, and 500 is 1,500. And what does that equal? That equals director. Right? We're still on the screen? Yeah, we are. So the one more level underneath that is when we help each one of these people find their 3. Oops, Same thing here, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? These people here become distributors or directors, sorry. These people here are now managers, but your overall volume is 1,500 in each one of these little pods. So 1,500 here, 15 here, 15 here, which gives you 4,500, which makes you the next level or executive. Okay? So this thing has a real mathematical, real common sense flow to it. The 3D pattern ties into this compensation plan almost perfectly. The 3D pattern says this. Here you are here. You bring someone in, let's call them Sally, okay? I really need to upgrade my names. I use on these. Sally. Let's say Sally, okay? Your first job is to teach Sally how to go out and start finding and growing your team, right? Let's say Sally brings in, oh, another bad one, Bill. I'm talking about Bill Edgar, but I could be. But let's talk Bill, right? So Sally brings in Bill. Now Sally's in the learning phase. So you taught Sally. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go down with Sally. Sally's going to watch you, and you guys are going to teach Bill. So this is level 1. This is 2. And this is called the 3D pattern. So I wrote the letter B. 3D. Bill brings in Andy. I never use that name. What happens here? Well, Sally's being trained, and her and you help train Bill. Now, Bill's needing to learn how to do this. So what happens is Sally and Bill start teaching Andy, and here you are, and you've got some oversight. You're sort of in the background. But what happens here is you've got 1, 2, 3 deep in your organization. So the first step is you taught Sally, then you and Sally taught Bill, and then Sally and Bill, with you overseeing, taught Andy. Now you've established a duplication process in your business. Okay? You've established a duplication process, because here's what happens in most compensation plans. Same thing here. Look at this. You see, we started with these first 3, right? We helped them, we assisted them. It's your responsibility to respond with ability to help them get there. And then we're going to help this person, help build those 3, right? So let's say this person was Sally. Okay. And let's say, for example, Sally brings in this first one, and that's Bill. So let's call this guy, or this little circle, Bill. We've got too many colors. Let's say that's Bill. Right? Let's get a blue one then. And then down here, one of these circles is Andy. Right? So you got Bill and Andy now. Same thing here. So if you'll continue this, now that you have 3 down, the next level starts taking care of itself. Andy brings in somebody. Well, we got Bill's helping Andy, showing him how to do it. Sally's going to be overviewing and making sure that happens. And then when this person brings in something, same thing, guys. You're developing the duplication. And if you do not do this, what happens in an organization, I don't really want to re-say it, in case someone say something, is this. In a, we have a matrix, by the way, but what you normally see, and it'll happen both ways, but let's say you were in a binary. What happens in a binary is as you go down, people are building inwards, right? In a binary, what happens is if you don't develop this 3D pattern of training and coaching and like that, is you only go down so far that people are following you, and it ends up being a triangle, is what it ends up being. And all these other people, and there could be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them, don't have the same kind of success as that first original group you brought in, because you were training your Sallys and maybe you were connecting with Bill, but you had never established that 3rd deep or the 3D pattern that they were training and teaching and training. Same thing happens in our compensation plan. If we don't help Sally and then have Sally help Bill and Bill help Andy down here, we don't have any trend. And so if we don't do that with this leg, you got these people that are just, what the hell's going on? Then they hang around for a couple of months or so if they love the product, and then they disappear and they tell their family and friends, this thing's hard. It didn't work for me. Well, we never really taught them, right? We really never gave them something to play. So you can see it easier in a binary, but it works the same way. If you don't go down 3 levels down here, your downline gets cut off from you because they're not getting the training. Now, we try to do some of it with Facebook pages like that, right? That will not do it all. It's a personal business. It may be high tech now with internet, phones, and everything you do, but it is still high touch, meaning you still have to connect and touch people, okay, in a COVID-free way. Okay, so you really want to make sure that you're doing that. So you want to go 3 levels deep and teach the pattern so this thing keeps going. That makes sense? That is called the 3 deep pattern. When I first saw this, it was Mark J out of Hawaii, a trainer, incredibly successful. He had been one of the top people in like 4 different companies, super successful, and he only taught the 3 deep. Well, that's all come off. 3 deep pattern. Okay. So if that makes sense, I'm going to run to my computer real quick, see if there's any questions or any thoughts. Okay. And then we'll get into the ideal distributor here in just a second. So let's see. Oh, we got a lot of people there. Okay. Hey, Stephanie. April's on. Hey, April. Oh, good. You guys are bringing other, tagging your friends. Awesome. Hey, Bob. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Yanetta. Lard Bergeron. Hey. Cool. So the 3 deep pattern is that if you're just getting on and you missed it, go back and check it out. It gives you the reason behind why you want to teach and you want to go down the 3 levels. Okay. Good. So let's talk about your ideal distributor. I love this subject. So let's go ideal. How do you attract your ideal distributor? Okay. When you see people that are being super successful and bringing in people, and those people are duplicating and they're moving into action, do you feel sometimes that they're being lucky? Like, why do they have all the luck? You know, what's going on there? Why haven't, basically what you're asking is, why am I not? Okay. And I'm going to show you a few things in here. And if you'll take these on, your business will change. I promise you. So I want everyone to grab a piece of paper. If you don't have a piece of paper, write this on your wall. It's that important. Okay. We're going to take a piece of paper. It looks something like this. And I want you to put a line down the middle of it. Okay. And I gave you a homework assignment 2 days ago to get ready for this class. And that was 2 things. One, why are you here? We talked about that a little at the beginning. It's you got to have a vision. And it doesn't have to be, I'm going to save the world or I'm going to find a cure for COVID-19. It could be as simple as I'm going to do X by the end of the month. I'm going to create a part-time income of $500 a month. And I'll get there in the next 30 to 60 days. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to double it. I'm going to double it 4 times this year until I'm making $2,000 a month. Then if there's another pandemic comes, I can still eat and do what I want because I'm working from home or anywhere on the planet. If that's your vision, if you know where you're heading, that's why people sign up. So let me get into that other subject before we get in. So I want you thinking about your ideal person. But first of all, where are you headed? And I think you should share why you're here with your family and friends. Yes, it could be a little intimidating. You might be embarrassed. They might want to tell them, but geez, you know, I'm making $30,000 a year now, but I joined this to make $1 million a year. Yeah, that's a big jump for your family and friends to see, right? You may just want to say, I want to replace my income. Man, what if you do that? That's a hell of a vision. I'm here to replace my income in X amount of months. Cool. We did that. Lots of people have done that. Okay. So when you have a vision, vision is something that people get, you know, that's why they enroll with you or they enroll with somebody else if you don't have a vision. When I mentioned, you know, without vision, people perish, right? From Proverbs. Without vision, people perish. That means if they don't feel you're headed somewhere, if you don't have a clear enough direction or vision, there's nothing for them to enroll into. Any of you finding people that you're talking to are sort of like, I saw the information, I'll get back to you. Or, yeah, I don't know if I want to look at it. I'm going to suggest that could be because your lack of vision. Because I know one thing is when you have vision, people respond. When Joy and I get super clear on why we're here, that's half of it. When you get clear on why you're here, people start responding to you different because now you're a leader. That's what I call a leader. It's not a rank, it's not a number. That sort of describes somebody who's gone through this process, right? To get to a point that many people are following them. Yes, we can certainly call them a leader. But just to say leader, what I'm interested and impressed with is that they have vision. So step one is to have a vision. So what's your vision for you? Okay, these are your normal questions that people ask, right? And I get that, but what's your vision? Why are you here? Why you all signed up for some specific reasons? And for most people, if they can't get to them in 1 to 3 months, this is a really microwave society, right? You put your popcorn in, set the timer, and you sit there and tap your toe, going, take a long time, right? So, what's your vision? Because when you have a vision, people around you are going to notice it and you're going to flourish. So you need to know what that is. And don't back down on it. Have the cojones, have the brass ovaries, whatever it takes to say what your vision is, at least to you. Okay. And I wouldn't share it with everybody. I'd share it with people that are going to support you. Okay. And they're going to be behind it. No matter how outlandish it may sound, they're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. I'm excited for you. Right. Once you have vision, people start following because in this world, most people don't have vision. Okay, they don't. And that's why they're sort of aimless. So I want you to have a vision. I want you to know where you're going. That's number one. Number two was the homework assignment. And that was your the qualities, let's call it that, the qualities of your ideal distributor. You got to know what they look like before you find it, right? You got to know what you're looking for. It's like I mentioned the other day on the promo, I guess, to this class, and that was start thinking about blue Toyotas. Okay? And you're going to start seeing, if you put that in your mind, blue Toyotas, it could be a truck, it could be one of the cars, you're going to start noticing in the next week, you're going to probably notice 8, 10, 15 blue Toyotas. That's not that it came from somewhere else, it's that you became aligned with that concept or that result called blue Toyotas. Same thing happened 35, 36 years ago when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, Jessica. I remember finding out on one day she was pregnant. We were super excited. And I remember the next day going to the grocery store and I noticed all of these pregnant women. And I was thinking to myself, I said to myself, where the hell did they come from? They weren't here before. I would have bet you on it, right? So I just didn't notice them before because they weren't in my awareness. That's the same thing of attracting people to your business. Until you're clear on what your vision is and who that person is, you're not going to notice them. You're going to get lost in what I call the pea soup. Okay? It's sort of this foggy, you have all these different ideas, all these things showing up in front of you. Some of them may be COVID, some of them may be government this, government that, whatever, right? Or I'm not good at network marketing, or I can't do this, or whatever. But when you start identifying qualities of who you're looking for, of who's going to fit, and you start having a vision, the pieces and those thoughts and those things in your environment are going to start showing up for you in a really clear and distinct way. It'll only take a couple of days. You'll start seeing it if we do this. So let's talk about qualities that your ideal distributor has. And I want you to list them. And you ought to be able to come up with 10 or 15. Okay. So let's say I'm just going to pick some out of the air. These aren't any better, any worse, they're not specifically mine. I'm just going to pick some that I've talked about. Okay. So I want somebody who makes, let's say, fast decisions. I don't like people sitting on their butt. I like to make a fast decision. I'm okay being wrong, but I want people that will make fast decisions. That's a good one. How about people that either have the money to buy the ultimate pack, that's a large pack, or will figure out a way? Is that a good ideal partner? Figure out a way. Again, these don't have to be yours. These are some of mine. I want somebody with high integrity, right? Somebody that I want to play with. I don't want somebody just because they want to make us money. I want somebody that I feel really good about, so integrity nice and high. Somebody with a faith in themselves and their creator and their reason for being here. How about this? How about somebody that has a vision? By the way, if you don't have a vision, you'll never find this sort of guy, okay? Because I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, so vision, what else? Somebody who's been successful in the business or any business, right? I don't care if they haven't been successful here, because you've been successful in anything else. You bring success with you. You don't find it in the business. That's something you bring. So we have somebody who's already been successful. Oh, this is a big one for me. Somebody does whatever it takes. Man, I love that person. That's me. Whatever it takes for as long as it takes, ongoing. Ideal for me? Absolutely. Okay. For some of you, it may be single moms you want to help. It may be something that you can relate to in your environment. It could be somebody who has I said faith here in yourself, a creator. For you, it could be a religion. It could be a type of faith, whatever you want to believe in. I'm not limiting you to that, but I'm looking for you to get really clear on what these things are. Okay. So this may take, if you've not done this exercise before, this may take 30 minutes to an hour and a half to really get deep down inside of it. Who am I really looking for? Okay, who is that? And make a list as long as you want. It can be 10, 15, 20 items. And then maybe prioritize them. Put your top 5, your top 10. Because the goal here is to get clear on what this whole area with these little dots, I call that the pea soup. Everything's just sort of homogenous. There's nothing really specific, identifiable out of it until you start getting clear on your vision and who you're looking for. And all of a sudden, the blue Toyotas, the pregnant women, whatever you want to call it, they start showing up. They just start showing up. And it's not magic. And it's not, some people would say law of attraction. Yeah, okay, that's great. These people, by the way, are not coming from outer space, right? The people on your team that start today, tomorrow, next week, they're already on planet Earth. Your job is to get aligned with, get clear on who you are and who they are. The clearer you become on who you are, where your vision is, where you're headed, what your goal is, and who they are, the faster they start showing up. And sometimes Joy and I will just laugh because we'll get befuddled about something and things aren't working the way we want it to work. And the first thing we do is jot down where are we headed? What's our ideal? What's that ideal person? And at that point, the phone people, last week I did this, and that same day, 2 people called us out of the blue. It's funny, out of the blue, right? I didn't mean to make it blue, but out of the pea soup. Hey, but I wonder what you guys are doing. Cool. See, the clearer you are, the more that happens, and the more your conversations become really powerful with people because they know you're headed somewhere, and people with vision flourish, and people around them flourish, and they get that. That's why people are willing to follow anybody with a vision, even if it's a negative vision, even if it's a Hitler, even if it's because they have vision, and most people don't. Look what's happening all over the country with the COVID. And a lot of the things, some people just absolutely following certain guidelines, certain ways of doing it that maybe they don't have their own sense of it. And they're trusting somebody else, but they're trusting somebody else who has a vision of how this thing is supposed to go. Okay? So have a vision for what you want. Get super clear on your qualities. Now I'm going to turn the tables on. I hope you guys are writing this down. Write down what those qualities are. If you can only put a couple of them on your paper right now, that's fine. Okay? But take the ones that seem the most important to you, and we're going to shift gears. Okay? So much so that I need some coffee. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we know our vision, we know we're heading, and then we have this list. Remind me to talk about Napoleon Hill. Okay. Think and Grow Rich. I got to make notes for myself anymore. So this is your ideal. We'll call this your perfect or your ideal. Oh, got a spell, buddy. Distributor. Cool. What's this next column? Ideal you. Here it is. This is where everything turns. How do you match with that which you're looking for? How do you want someone, for example, in my example here, someone who makes fast decisions. That's what that says. How do I match with that? How congruent, how aligned, how clear am I on that? I'll tell you what, on a scale of 1 to 10, I bet I'm a 9 plus. That's just one of my things, right? So when I look for someone like this, I resonate that way. So guess who I find? I find the people who make fast decisions, okay? Let's say money to buy the ultimate pack. For example, where do you fall on that on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you a tiptoeer and you come in at 2 or 3? You come in at 5 or 6? Or you come in at, maybe a 9? I mean, where are you? How do you fit? And you can write out some details here too. I like making fast decisions. I feel best when I make fast decisions. Jot out a little bit, but how do you connect with each one? Somebody figures out a way. Same thing, how do you fit with that? High integrity, do you have high integrity? If I'm looking for that, or if you're looking for that, you've got to get clear on where you stand in the matter, because that's the energy you're putting out, which is the energy you're going to get back. There's not something for nothing in this universe. And I'm not saying you have to go out and work hard. I'm not saying put a lot of hours in to make money. That's just a paradigm that's actually not true. But you've got to put in the energy of who it is you're looking for. If you want to get anything back. Now here's a comment, and this is going to just tick off a few of you. Okay, so I don't know who it's going to be. Almost said I apologize, but one of my first leaders in this business said, he said, well, you'll either, if it upsets you, you'll either get over it or you won't. Which used to really irritate me when he said that. So how do you know how clear you are? Fair question? How do you know how clear you are, what you're putting out, how clear you are looking for what you want to look at? And all of us think we're being super clear, but here's the reality. You want to know what you're looking for? Look at what's coming back. If you're getting people that are going, I don't know, sort of, yeah, I looked at it, yeah, there's this one ingredient way down in there that, I think, hurts, people in Tibet or something. I don't know. You get these crazy, goofy stuff. Why? Because what you're looking for, what you're getting back is what you're putting out. My first upline in the marketing industry said, I said, well, then, he said, you want to know what your opinion is about, your thought process is about money? And I said, yeah, I would. He goes, open up your wallet. I hung up on him. He was right, that son of a you know what. But he said, you get back only what you put out. And if you want to know what you're putting out and you're not clear on that, just look at what you're getting. Just look at what you're getting. So what I'm sharing with you guys today is, so if you're looking for something specific to come back and you're not getting that, you're not connected with whatever that piece is. So how do you relate to that what you're looking for? You can't ask for something that you're not. You do not get what you want. Let me be blunt. You do not get what you want in this world. You get who you are. You do not get what you want. You get who you are. When I say who you are, what you really believe. Like my first buddy, Bo, in this business said, what's your belief about money? I said, I believe in a lot of money. He said, what's in your wallet? Click. He was right. Right? That was my true belief, because that's what I had. That was what I was getting. Right? So until you match, so there's a great book. Let's talk about this. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I read this book 6 times prior to about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Right before Joy and I got reinvested in this industry. We were still doing it on the side, but I was working 5 jobs, 4 jobs, actually it's not 5. It was a crazy time in our life. And I picked up that book, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, the third most read book on the planet after the Bible and the Quran. And in there, he had two things. Number one, spend 10 minutes a day demanding self-confidence out of yourself, which I interpret as demanding certainty. Spending 10 minutes feeling certain. And I could hold it for about a second, and my mind goes, yeah, but bring it back. Certain. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, but bring it back until I could hold it for a couple, 20 seconds at a time, 30 seconds at a time. That was number one. Number two, he said, spend 30 minutes per day thinking of the person you intend to become. Not how you're going to do it. Thinking of the person you intend to become. How can I be somebody that figures out a way that is high integrity, that has faith in my creator, has vision, successful, does whatever it takes? Let me see that at the top of whatever my goal is. Right now, this month, our goal is to run at Ruby, right? There's only 25,000 ballers. Okay? I'm not thinking, how do I get there? I'm thinking about being a Ruby right now, because when I do that, I can then check off these boxes and go, well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more integrity maybe than I've been putting out. Or say I'm at an 8 and I want to be at a 9, you know, and I need to see myself with full integrity as I'm playing into the world, right? Faith, vision, same thing there. My point to you guys is this. So this changes. So when I read it for the 7th time, in about 20 years, I finally got some of it, and we started making great money. And I remember saying to Joy, I don't know how this happened, but somehow Napoleon Hill came back from the dead and added new stuff to his book. Because this is amazing, spending 30 minutes a day thinking of the person you intend to become. And I mean qualities. I mean qualities. Who is that? Who you being? Do you see how that ties into this? I'm going to take some of this down. Okay, so we don't get, sometimes I can get too busy. Okay, we'll leave the pea soup up. We'll leave the ideal list. Okay. So a list, your first list is your ideal distributor, exactly what you want, and then how do you relate to them? And then really that third thing is, who do you intend to become? Who has the result you want? Guys, everything you want right now, maybe this is you standing here. Yes, I know, fantastic picture. And here's what it is. Let's smile. Oh, that's not peaceful happy yet. And say what you want is over here with that big old smile on your face, right? You to get to this person who has the result, it's going to be a slightly, maybe it's Ken Elmore version 2.0, or Richard Schaefer, 3.5, whatever it is, because we all work on ourselves differently. But what's that version? It's going to be a slightly different version of you. It's still you. You're not going to change who you are, but you're going to be a slightly upgraded version, okay, of where you were yesterday. Because everything that's coming in today, like the money, my buddy said, hey, look in your wallet. Everything that's coming in today was my best thoughts up until yesterday, which means we can change it starting right now. And I believe, and I know, and I believe in you, and you can change this. You can start making different choices and start acting differently in the world, and you will start getting people that respond to the person you intend to become, and all of a sudden your friends start changing. You start hanging around with people that are making more money as your income goes up, because you're more like them. You have aligned. These people are already here. They already exist. There's 7 billion people on the planet. Our comp plan says you only have to enroll 6 of them to make it to the top rank. Problem is that the first 6 you enroll, not all of them are going to run, right? And if you're not clear on how they're enrolling, who you are, probably none of them are. But get super clear. Okay? I love this topic, guys. Got it. Love it, love it, love it. Truth, but so I'm getting some thumbs up. And hey, Shar. Cool. Okay. So creating your ideal distributor. What's your vision? Why are you here? Get super clear. It can be one sentence. It can be a paragraph. That's fine. Qualities. List the qualities of your ideal distributor. Match the ideal you. How do you measure up to who you say you're looking for? You will not find, if you're, for example, you want to make sure you find somebody who does whatever it takes and you're not that, they'll never show up. They'll just never show up. All right, last piece. I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. Hope you guys are finding this valuable. And it ties into this too. Let me show you one more piece. I call it the ladder of leadership. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay. And we'll call this a ladder of leadership. I think I was going off the page here. Sorry about that, folks. No, my goodness. Okay. Now here's what the ladder of leadership says. It's pretty much sort of similar to this, and this is how it works. Let's say you know somebody, and let's call them an average leader. They're not really great at it. They're better than most people. They're better than half, and other people are much better. So we'll call them a 5. Okay. Now, when they're out sharing and talking about their business, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s are going to look up to them as a leader because this person has more leadership qualities than those below them. Okay. If this number 5 walks into a room and that is full of 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s, probably the 9s and 10s won't even vibrate or connect or align with them because they have enough different qualities. They're not exactly the same. They haven't spent time. So intending who they want to become. So the ladder of leadership says, if you're a strong leader, so the goal, you want to attract a number 7, guess who has to be a number 7? You're right, it's you, right? You want to attract a number 8, guess who has to be a level 8 leader? Because the reality is, until you're resonating that in a 5, the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, they look at number 5 as a leader. So if you're number 5 and you're calling somebody as a 1, 2, 3, or 4, for example, they're going to look up to you as well. I got to follow this person because they're awesome, right? Where the 6s will kind of, maybe 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s won't probably even notice you when you walk in the room. They're having a different vibration, a different connection. Okay. The coolest thing is you can move yourself up this scale by spending, number 1, creating your own vision. 9s and 10s have vision. Yeah, period. Right. Number 2, getting clear on the qualities of who you're looking for, qualities of your ideal. Number 3, how do you match those qualities, right? Because as you start getting clear on who you're after, having your own vision, you naturally float up the ladder of leadership. So when you hit the level 7, for example, now the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6s see you as a leader. Okay. And when I say leader, I do not mean you got to be in front doing trainings like this. I don't know. Leader is only somebody with vision. Guys, there's a lot of people. In fact, many times the top of the company, the top couple people in the company, they're not necessarily the ones out here doing the training. Many of them are very quiet people. Some are very introverted. It's not about some snazzy thing they're saying, but they've got vision, so people follow. They've got clarity on who they're looking for, and they spend their time matching that and putting time into thinking about in the person they intend to become. You can change your life in 30 days, guys. Let's say it takes 21 days to create a habit. It only takes 90 days to actually shift your life. If you'll start today focusing on who you tend to become, put your list together, put your vision, your list, how you match it, and spend 30 minutes a day. If you don't have the time, I'm going to honestly suggest you get up 30 minutes early. Okay. So that's what I got. Let's see if we got any questions, and we'll tie this puppy down. All right. Cool. Okay. Not seeing anything there. Hey, Betty. Self-motivated, she wrote down. That's good. Brucey said determination. Okay, so coming up with some ideas. Cool. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today, though. So the 3-beat pattern and how to attract your ideal customer. Getting clear, and then the work's on you, man. It's not on them. Right? So cool stuff. Guys, that's what I got. It's Saturday afternoon. This weekend, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all moms, grandmas, both those currently here and those who aren't present on the earth. Happy Mother's Day. There is a special on the bath bombs this weekend. There is a separate SKU, a SKU, a different number in your back office under orders, new orders, that you can place an order. I think it's just orders. And you get buy one, get one half price. You can get 2 bottles of the bath bombs for $112. I'm not a big bath guy. Joy is a bath girl. She loves the bath bombs. Treat yourself and get them at a ridiculously low price. Good today and tomorrow. Okay. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Have an awesome rest of the day. You absolutely deserve it. Love you guys. Bye for now.